Hi Grace, this is Grace from the past, and this is episode 45 of the series. And I recorded this video at exactly 9:07 a.m. Okay, so the thing that I'll be talking about right now is how crazy it is to have a journal. Yeah, it's about the scripting, Grace. I realized that before we hit the 50,000 followers on Instagram. Art Instagram, by the way. I have the script here. Yeah. And instead of writing it in a first person like how every other human being write their diary, we write it in a third person. Okay. So I'll be reading the things that I wrote in this journal. Okay. Because it fascinates me so much. All right. On June 24, 2025, this morning Grace saw an Instagram post about self-development. One post ignited her inspiration, and that is journaling in third person. She has a goal of gaining at 50,000 followers in her Instagram art account within this year. That's why she's studying famous artists on Instagram that has a 1 million views and has 500,000 likes. Over the past month, she feels stuck internally. Yesterday, she discovered the reason behind feeling those emotions was because her mind wanted to feel safe by not being seen. You see, she managed to create multiple of TikTok videos that went 100,000 views. Her Instagram reel gains almost 1 million views. Today, she is ready to take responsibility of her career. Yeah, that's the first day. I also wrote by the second day, and yeah, maybe I we will realize something here. So let's read it. June 25, 2025, Grace decided to create a schedule for her new identity. She wanted to have her an identity of an influencer through art. Ayun. At least 3 months, she'll be consistent into her identity. She learned that the way to succeed in her chosen field, she must not do the hard work and the strategy, but rather embody herself as someone who already achieved the result that she wants. Last night, she realizes the type of schedule she wants in her identity. She noticed in herself that she's more focused in creating art during dawn or at night. By the morning, she saw she can just only write things and also read. In summary, by morning, her energy is active on absorption, learning, or even watching anime or K drama. By the evening, her energy is more focused on creation. She's been working for her schedule for the past 8 years. She's trying to be someone she's not. That's why she keeps changing and rewriting her schedule. This year, she realizes that the only way to succeed is by working which part of the day she's more active and which part of the day she needs to recharge herself. Our main character started to realize her truest form potential. The first schedule that she sets in is sleeping at 8 p.m. and waking up at 3 a.m. That's 7 hours of sleep in total. Lately, she's been sleeping by 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. and still woke up at 3 a.m. But she chooses to go back to sleep for she thought that she needs more. That's when she realizes that her numerology for this year is in 7, meaning spirituality. Maybe there's a correlation between this year's numerology and the reason why she woke up every 3 a.m. Okay, so I made a schedule, a routine, and I call it mystical artist routine. So the time that's written here is 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. My activity is core sleep. Okay. And yeah, the vibe, I also wrote the vibe. And by the way, I used ChatGPT for this shit. Right. The vibe is deep rest, no screens. Right. Then for the 2:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. creative flow time, dawn art, journaling, and also painting. And 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. soft integration, which is watching anime, reading, it could be stretching, a tea or coffee. And 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. light output, admin or edits, or this could be the something editing, chill productivity. 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. power nap or rest, reset, unplug, restore energy. 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. light creative social tasks, and it could be stretching, jogging, or creating reels, or doing some kind of errands. 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. wind down ritual, bath, gratitude, reflect. Okay, so yeah, I wrote June 28th here. Today, Grace has this discipline to stick it to her sleeping schedule. She now understands how to activate discipline with understanding the human nature. Wow. She noticed that the dopamine was created when she do what she was ought to do, or her the challenge that she'll be facing. Little by little, she's gaining faith towards her dreams. She now understands the difference between faith and belief. The term belief is based on logic and believing something with explanation follows up, while faith is acting as if it is already happening. During these moments, I do a lot of faith, and that's why by July something, second week of July, when I posted my first Instagram art reels, it blows up. Like it went to half of the viewers when I gained almost, yeah, actually 53,000 followers. And you know what's amazing, guys? And you know what's amazing, Grace? Ayut, is that I wrote here that I'll be gaining 50,000 followers before this year ends. And yet, when I hit the 53,000 followers, yes, I already hit the 53,000 followers. And I decided to never post anything. And that's the reason why it went back to 50,000 followers right now. So it went back to what I manifested in the first place. So the point here is the solution or the formula to success is not about the hard work or something like that. It's about the identity. And before identity, it's not about the identity. Actually, it's about decision, right? Because when you decide something, that's when you are forming a new identity. Every action that we made, every decision that we made is pointing to different version of ourselves. It's like an airplane when you are um changing a little bit magnitude, or what do you call that shit, in the plane, then you will go to another country. You will change the whole fucking destination if you just um what do you call that one, change a trajectory. I don't know how to pronounce that shit of the plane. So that's how our life would also look like when you decide something, and when you first build the identity of the person. Yeah, the outcome will be easy. That's what I realized this year. And you know what, I realized that the couple of months I was being prepared into something. I know it's kind of big, yeah, because the challenges is kind of hard, kind of heavy, and yeah, I can feel it. Like by the next year, got a lot of money, bitch, money, and Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that shit. I'm not Delulu. There's a big difference between being Delulu and knowing something, bitch, without any proof. Yeah, this year is about building my character, and next year is about harvesting what my character is um, matching with, you know, because everything starts with yourself. Yeah. So that's what I realize right now. And also, I'll be doing a I'll be doing a journal in a third person, writing in a third person starting from now. And I think it will be cool. Yeah. Like documenting this shit, this process before my first million is kind of crazy and kind of fun as well. But at the same time, yeah, like it gives me motivation. Like whenever I feel so down, then I just watch the videos that I made here. Yeah, that's what we are now, Grace. So I know if you're watching this, you can do it. I know you are. Yeah, we are being supported by the universe and the higher self. So yeah, I'm so excited of what how these things how good these things would look like, how good would gonna get. So that will be all. Thank you so much for watching, Grace. I love you.